the quote unquote hit of the weekend, maybe, kind of, sort of.
Can't hit these nuts, nigga. That shit was trash.
Can I let me announce before you shit on
it? It was fucking booty.
Oh man. It was Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, the movie on HBO.
Yo, we got a guest. Niggas is showing up. Live and direct from Chicago, Mr. Aaron. Coat. You're being recorded, homeboy. I don't. He just jumped in the middle. I had to say something. This was amazing. He is a thousandth guest. 1,000. Tell him what he's won, Skinny. Tell him what he's won. You gonna disappear, bro? Really?
You gotta act like we done this before, man. You're getting all excited. Someone show up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I was trying to play it cool as a fan. I hit a mitt and I just kept going. He's like, oh, we got a fan. You were with a soldier.
Yo. But anyway.
What up, Aaron? Shout out to you, Aaron. Appreciate you joining us. You got some good time, and we're about to shit on this Mortal Kombat movie. Yeah, let's talk about this movie. So, all right, I watched it. It was on HBO Max, the best streaming app, in my opinion, that's out there right now.
Agreed.
Dropped Friday. On nothing but spoilers, because you motherfuckers had 3 days to watch this bullshit. Yeah, we got to, Aaron. We got to. We gave you 3 days. I know you got kids, which I just found out, but 2 + 2 is 4, bro. So I watched it once, and then I spoke to B. Walt, and he was like, "This shit is trash." And I was watching it, and I was like, "It ain't that bad. It's okay." And then I wanted to get, I wanted to be fresh in my mind when we did the show, so I watched it again today. And you're right, B. Walt. That shit is really trash.
It really trash.
Is. It's really trash.
Trash. And shout out to Pete, Pistol Pete Jr., because he watched it too. He watched it too. And this
what did Pete say?
Yo.
What did Pete say?
He thought this shit, look, man, like this blew my mind, man. Look, I'm going to have to give you a little bit of background. Me and Pete became cool over quality programming. We are friends today because of the Boondocks and Dave Chappelle. I'm going to just say that. That's how we became homies. We homies for life now because of Dave Chappelle and the motherfucking Boondocks. However, Pistol Pete Jr. enjoyed the Mortal Kombat movie. Not only him, but his younger brother.
Nah.
His younger brother. They both liked it. That shit was...
Nah. No way.
That shit was terrible, bro. It was so fucking bad. Like, it started out good. Like, the first 7 minutes, I'm like, okay. But then as soon as they introduced that fake ass Liu Ryu Ken Masters Guile nigga, I was done. Like what the fuck is this guy doing here with the symbiote fucking chest plate shit? Like, this shit was trash, bro. I couldn't get into it. I was this shit is garbage, dude. And then Pete was like, oh, they just doing that to set up 4 more movies. 4 more motherfucking movies that I'm not gonna see. The shit was trash. It was terrible. The story didn't make no sense. Jax looked like Steve Harvey on steroids. Like, the shit was just bad, bro. Like, I couldn't get with the shit at all, man. I couldn't get with the shit at all.
It's all right. Now, full disclosure, I was high when I watched it the first time, so I had a good time with that. That was a great experience for me. So
okay.
I was sober the second time, and I saw all these things that were just wrong, like that were just blatantly wrong. Like, from what I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't know that one was Chinese Sub-Zero and one was Japanese Scorpion. Which is fine because that makes sense because that's the real thing. But why are they talking to each other in their native languages and they can't understand each other? Like, what's the point if they can't? And then you say, then I'm thinking to myself, what's the point? And then he says, I don't understand nothing you said. I just sat here and listened to you though. Now you got to die. Like, what the fuck was all that about? Like, it was from a directorial standpoint, it was upsetting. The narrative didn't make sense. Kano has been cuffed in Sonya Blade's trailer RV for God knows how long. And then all of a sudden it's cool enough to like have a beer, do some drawings, lead them to Raiden's temple for $3 million he knows he isn't going to get. Like, all that made no sense. And the funny thing was, he was probably the best dude in the fucking movie. He was probably the best one. And the Raiden choice was trash to me from jump. I think Raiden needs to be taller. Aaron said, how's the fighting? Bro, I'll be honest with you. I've seen older kung fu flicks that were better, to be honest.
I'm gonna say this. The movie reminded me of a spoof that we would do with limited resources, and we played 3 or 4 different parts in the movie. Like, I could see myself being Raiden, Liu Kang, and Johnny Cage all at the same time. And where the fuck was Johnny Cage? Like, where the fuck was Johnny Cage? Johnny Cage was on a poster for. Come on, man. Like, the shit was ass, bro. Like,
see, so to your point about the production, it felt like a high budget fan made movie.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, right. Like, it was like, okay, this is good quality for like $40,000. You know what I'm saying? But see, this, like, it's kind of like a guilty pleasure because I'm the full disclosure. I'm gonna watch the other 3 because I'm gonna be high, and hopefully I'm with some people that we can talk shit about. We can talk shit about the movie with. But it's kind of like Dragon Ball. Like, I know what's going to happen, but I'm still gonna watch it. I was mad how they did my man Kung Lao. Like, he shows up, he flexes the hat real quick, he get 20 minutes and he gone. He gone. He might come back, but I didn't like the fact that they had to dummy him like that. I didn't like that.
Yo, the story to Mortal Kombat 11 is better. Mortal Kombat, the actual game, Mortal Kombat, the game has never been known for having a good story. Like, let's just be real. Never. The game itself has never been known. The story for Mortal Kombat 11, when you do the story campaign, is better than the shit that I watched on Friday.
And that was, to that point, I had an issue with how they try to justify how everybody got their powers, the Arcana. Like, so wait, so you gonna give Jax these super steroid metal arms because of his spiritual chi? Nigga, what?
They gave Kano a laser pointer. That was his chi, nigga. He got a laser pointer. Like, this shit was all bad, man. This shit was really
like
bad.
That yoga arms.
Bro, that shit is, I'm telling you, it's probably, I mean, you know, the movie's been slim pickings this year and most of last year anyway because of COVID, right? So you're taking what you can get. But what pisses me off is these people knew this shit was trash when they released it. They had to know it was bad. They had to know it was bad. And then you don't take the dude from Superstore, make him Kano, and think that shit. Come on, man. And Kano was the best part of the movie. That's what makes it so funny.
Right. Like I wouldn't enjoy the movie as much as I did which is nothing if it wasn't for him. Yeah, I didn't know that was a dude from Super.
He's the dude that plays the pharmacist in Superstore. I recognize the voice.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, this is the problem when you have white Americans doing some kung fu Asian based shit. Like, they're trying to make all this shit work and connect logistically, and it just doesn't. Like, his eye, Jax's arms, that has nothing to do with anything spiritual or metaphysical. Like, shut the fuck up about that. And then
he has a spiritual laser pointer, dude.
Right. And then my man and Cole, the guy from the main dude, who is Shatter Star, by the way. No one knew that but me or the people I was with. Like, I was like, yo, that's straight Shatter Star. His whole thing, like, how you get half of a suit from the Arcana? Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, and that was the thing. Warner Brothers, like, they were like, that has to happen. They inserted that into the narrative for whatever reason. I don't know why, but maybe because, well, it didn't make any sense because it took away from Scorpion. So now it's just kind of like, here's the thing. Everything Sub-Zero did, for the most part, I thought he had the best scenes. It kind of turned into like a horror story every time he showed up. They flexed his powers in a way I don't know, but it's not like I'm some, aficionado on Mortal Kombat. If Pete was here, he'd probably say yes or no or whatever. But no, the story in the MK11 is 10 times better than this one. And here's the thing I'm worried about, B. Walt. I actually think that's what they're leading to. That's where they're going with this in a roundabout way.
Well, you're gonna have to let me know because I'm not watching anymore. I'm not. I got better things to do with 2 hours out the day than wasted on some shit like that.
It's really fucked up how they killing Mehcad Brooks on this Steve Harvey shit. This might follow him for the rest. I didn't see memes talking about, Sub-Zero hates Family Feud and shit like that.
Sub-Zero was the only decent part of the movie.
In terms of how it should have felt.
The Easter eggs, the fucking bullshit sayings, all that kind of stuff. It was like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, just make a good story. Make a good story first. Like, if you make a good story, then all of that stuff fits together. Then you can start to piece that shit in. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a bad story.
Right.
A bad story.
And then, the whole Sonya Blade thing, like, I don't know. I mean, you tell me, I thought the writing was the main, was the most guilty of them all, to be honest with you.
Story is important for me. The story is definitely the worst part. The actors weren't that great.
No.
Shitter Star or whatever the fuck you call homeboy, they could have just left him out. He was useless.
He was unnecessary.
He was useless. The dude that they chose to play Shang Tsung, I don't have a problem with that, but he's always and forever gonna be that bitch dude from the Batman movie, the Christian Bale movie, the little dude from the second one that was moving the money, Right. So he was okay. I don't understand how the fuck homeboy, what's his name? Dude with the blades that's fast. I can't think of his name now. The one who knew Kane.
Baraka?
Homeboy. Oh, not Baraka, the other guy. He looked
Good
like
guy, bad guy.
He's a bad dude.
Reptile, Sub-Zero.
Nah, I actually like the Reptile shit. He looked cool when he came out. No, the other guy. He was one of Kano's homies. Oh, I know him. He's a piece of shit.
Cabal.
Cabal, yeah. What the fuck was he doing there at that point? Like, he shouldn't even have been a part of the story at that point.
And see that, like, they have so many characters to get through. Because to your point about MK11, there's 42 characters in that movie alone. So like some of the OGs was getting knocked out super quick so that they could get to all of them, or at least attempt to. I don't know if everybody's gonna make it. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. But to say this was disappointing would be an understatement, to be frank.
I'm upset that I plan out. You know how busy I am. You know how busy we are. I plan out my entertainment. Okay.
Right.
So when Thursday, Friday, Saturday comes along, I know what I'm watching. Thursday, it's all about Franklin Saint and Snowfall. Like, that's the shit. It's a great show. The season is over right now. We ain't got nothing else to do. If you haven't seen that, watch that. That shit is it's amazing. Thursday is Franklin Saint. Friday, I had to pick between Winter Soldier and Mortal Kombat. We chose Mortal Kombat, man. We chose Mortal Kombat, man. It's like having some fire ass fucking weed rolled up tight and you can't find your fucking lighter. That's how I felt about it. It was terrible.
I'm glad that hasn't happened in a while, but I've been there. Yeah.
It was terrible. And you're just sitting there looking at what could have been.
Right.
But it doesn't happen.
Because let's just be clear, this wasn't Seven Samurai at all. This is Akira is turning over in his grave. It was I just didn't understand the whole justification of like Jax gets his metal arms from something spiritual. Like, you got military backing, you got a government sort of context in the back. Nigga got hurt on doing a mission. We still need him. Let's upgrade him. That's basic tropes. There's nothing out of the ordinary with saying that. Like, and then the whole thing with you got the mark, the MK logo. Everybody's got the logo. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, there was some shit that was
that shit like, was like ringworm, bro. That shit was like ringworm. This shit was bad, dude. Like
3 out of 10 for me.
Man, that's too high.
No one yelled toasty. Nobody.
Yeah, but one of them said flawless victory, and another one said fatality. Remember that?
I do want to thank them for making Melina black and then showing her from behind in the beginning. That's all I'm gonna say. I thought that was a great camera angle. I'll just put it like that.
Technically Noob Saibot was in it, but not really. You wouldn't know it was him yet.
Technically
he was in it.
But remember, Cole Young beat Ed Tobias for the championship. Ed Tobias, like, get the fuck out of here. But this was definitely a miss. It was, coming off the game, because me and you hadn't played MK before 11 in years. And this one, it was like, oh, this is a great story. Yo, this is a good game. I'm really hyped for this movie. But that's over and done now. So, I
was disappointed, bro.
Very disappointed.
The first Mortal Kombat was actually better.
Which is saying nothing.
It's saying nothing. The 90s Mortal Kombat. Then they they had already lost me 8 minutes into the film. 7 minutes into the film, I was like, okay. That 8th minute, I'm done. They'd already lost me. But we were sticking it out. Let's see what happens. They remixed the original Mortal Kombat music. Like, what the fuck is going on? What in the jock jams bullshit is y'all niggas pulling right now? Like, I couldn't get into it, dude. I was so fucking done with this shit, bro. Like, I feel like the movie just kept playing and we started doing other shit. Like, I turned to this.
Get on your phone.
Nigga, get a drink. Right.
Yeah. I will say the first time I watched it, I was like, this is cool. I'll watch the next ones. But after seeing it like sober, like, nah, a lot of meat left on that bone. A lot of meat. But yeah, that's enough shitting on Mortal Kombat. It was trash, though. Let's be clear if you didn't understand. That shit gets picked up on Thursday with the rest of the garbage. It was fucking trash. So I think you're right. A miniseries would have definitely been better because it gives you time to develop all the characters, all these characters that you got.
A miniseries would have been better if there was different writers, different producers, a different director. Like, I mean, yeah, it would have been a great. You know what? I feel like we should just ask Zack Snyder to fix any shitty movie we see and just turn it into a miniseries. That's the best thing to do. I mean, because he fixed the Justice League. He fixed
the Snyder movie verse.
Yeah, just have Snyder. Anything that's trash, you should be like, look, just turn it into a miniseries. You do it, because then at least it'll be watchable.
Right.
Don't make it into one movie because niggas ain't got 6 hours to kill watching one movie. But turn it into a miniseries, 8 episodes.
They
strong, but it's a lot better, huh? What?
They could have done 4 seasons and 12 episodes of Mortal Kombat. They had enough there to work with. Like, they actually had enough. And or get the fucking movie right. Like, it's disappointing. Ain't really much else to say. Let's get out of here.
Thinking about it though, last thought on it, a miniseries would work if you had all the other pieces in play. A miniseries would work really well. No, actually, you could stretch that. It could be because think about it. There's 11 Mortal Kombat games, and they all have very bare bones stories. You take that shit, you could build that shit out so it's not whack. You just need good writers and people who want to make something good. I feel like all these motherfuckers got together and was like, look, man, we still in the middle of COVID. Niggas ain't finna go to the show anyway. Let's just throw this shit out there. You know.
And that's another thing, like, and this is what we were talking about before when we were previewing the movie. I watched it because it was on HBO Max. And that was safe for me. Mm-hmm. Like, but I would not have taken the chance to see this in the theaters because of exactly what the fuck happened.
We already said it. Look. We said last week, what did we say? Well, I said it. I was like, I'm excited for it, but I'm not. If it's whack, I won't be surprised.
Right.
If it's whack, I won't be surprised. And what did I text you? 10 minutes into watching it, I text you, we really need to talk about all the shitty video games. Like, we need to find one good movie that's based on a video game. One good movie.
Aaron nailed it. That's it. Sonic, man.
Sonic, I haven't even seen that.
You gotta see it, bro. You gotta see it. They get that right. They almost fucked that up. Because going back to it, remember when they first debuted Sonic and he looked like a 30-year-old middle-aged white man with sneakers on?
No.
Yeah. Go Google it. And then everybody was like, yo, this is trash. Like, what is going on? And then they spent another $16 million to get them right. And it was worth it. That movie, Sonic the Hedgehog, is the shit. Absolutely. That's a great movie, Aaron. You're right.
Is that the best video game movie out to date?
We got it. Let's just make it we'll talk about it next week. But as of right now, yeah. Yeah. We got to make a list. I can't think of anything that was better than that was video game based. No. Because back in the day, all the movie
Assassin's Creed came out.
Did you see that movie?
Yeah, it was a C- at
right.
best. At best, on a good day.
Right. Sonic was better. What you got, Aaron? What you saying? Let me see.
He said it's the best version of a story of a speedy hedgehog with a pocket full of rings.
Yo, that's a good movie. It's a good fucking movie.
I'm
Um,
gonna try to find it if I have
that's enough
time.
about Mortal Kombat. Yeah, sub out MK and then get Sonic off the bench because MK's done.